We only believe in unity when one of our brothers or sisters dies. To say the black race, it's a bunch of things people throw out there like unity, stop looking outside of the community. But I feel like at this point, it starts with us and the younger generation. That's the only way we gonna save the black community.
Let's go! What's good with y'all, man? We live. It's your boy, King Katumwa. You know what I'm saying? I got some special guests in the building. My boy Flacco Jr., you know what I'm saying? Special guest Zac Efron in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got some late night vibes going on. You know what I'm saying? How y'all feeling? This nigga cheesing.
Yo, we
This
do
nigga
want some
cheesing all
questions
the
out
time.
this bitch, like for real, like a Q&A or something like that. You feel me?
Yeah, had a people tune in. The question for y'all:
What's up? What you got on your
What do you
mind?
think? What do you think the black community needs to save itself?
You got deep.
You want to take this one first?
Nah, you go ahead.
I say, like, okay, if I had to generalize it in one word, unity. That's because that's unity. Unity, because unity consists of a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you can't have unity if people don't like each other and whatnot. But if the black community was able to come together, we'd actually be able to create something greater than ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're a multi-trillion-dollar people. We spend trillions of dollars a year on nothing that actually benefits us. We're all majority of the minority is in poverty, but we spend a lot of money, you know, and not actually to help us. So I think if we had some unity, it'd help, and some trust. You know what I'm saying?
Only reason I said to unity is because when this question comes up, the first thing everybody agrees on is unity. Like
That's
unity,
fact.
I feel like we understand that we need unity, but we're ignorant to that to a certain
Okay.
extent. You feel me? We only believe in unity when one of our brothers or sisters dies. You feel me? That's all the black people want to come together. So I feel like to say the black race or community, it's a bunch of things people throw out there like unity or like stop looking outside of the community. But I feel like at this point, it starts with us and the younger generation. That's the only way we gonna save the black community. Because our parents and the older folks is already in their ways. You feel me? It's gonna be rare
And
to change their way of thinking. But us,
right.
we still young.
But to add on to, go ahead.
I'm saying we still young. So as long as we can help our little nieces and nephews, the next generation coming up, think in a more positive way, like how we already losing it low key. Like we already low key going downhill. A lot of us is starting to wake up and starting to realize our true worth. But I feel like as long as we help the next generation, we can help us, but help us along with that next generation. Because we already got little kids around here trying to kill each other, steal cars, already trying to live that life, smoke.
Yeah, boys.
You feel me? So I feel like once you start,
That's because these are the things that we glorify. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all he ha ha until some shit happens to you, and then until the community is all broken and divided like it is. You know what I'm saying? But to go outside of the race, like you said, I don't feel like going outside of the race will ever benefit us. We as black people need to save ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The Asian community, they save themselves. The white community, they save themselves. You know what I'm saying? We go ahead.
go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
We somewhat in a way are the only like minority that's become so dependent on the white man and other people to like we want like it's not that we don't deserve reparations and whatnot, but we can give ourselves reparations. We don't need it from them. So that's just how I feel about the matter. Like a lot of it's systematic, and I'm not gonna act like everything then is our fault because things happen to us to make us this way. But eventually, we start having to taking the responsibility of how the way things are and how we live our lives because we can't wait for the niggas that fuck shit up to fix it.
So what's the first step to that?
I'm saying, to piggyback what you were saying real quick. I'm saying, okay, think about it like this. The first way we were targeted was getting the black fathers out of the homes, right? And of course that affects the mother, but who does it affect the most? The child, right?
Children.
And that child will be the next generation up. That's what I'm saying. If we us as a generation, we young enough.
And if that child continues those traits too, you
So
smite the head of one, and we break 5 generations.
our parents and the older folks, they at the point where they mindset is already established to an extent. You know what I'm saying? It's real
Mm,
established. But us, we still young. So as long as we can,
right.
of course, unity is going to play a big part of it. But then also like look at the younger ones and set them straight. Feel me? Because they the next generation. Now, we at a point where it's like we sick of each other. You feel me? Like you got everybody out here wanting to be by themselves. Like
Yeah.
everybody is, I could do this by myself. I don't need nobody. So if you could do this by yourself, you don't need nobody. Okay, go help that little girl over there, that little boy realize what the fuck they need to be doing. But don't send bad messages. That once
Well,
again,
how
that
do we
next
get to
generation up is going. Feel me?
But at the same time, once again, how can we teach unity if we're not united? So I feel like it still stems back to being united in the first place.
That's a,
You know what I'm saying? But I completely understand what you're saying because I do need to look more so to the future because we can't. Some people can't be saved at this point. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And everybody that's at a certain age can't. I feel like it's never too late for the
It's never
you
too
know
late, but
the
some
younger
people just aren't meant to
generation.
realize what's going on. They just meant to be stuck
you really
in this
believe
little.
that, or they just so ignorant and stuck in their ways that they don't want to realize the fact that
Nah, it's like real life.
we are
It's real life
more to
NPCs out here. Like people, they brain can't fathom past certain things. Like they brain just can't function
Mm.
past certain things. So they'll start to
Do you
malfunction.
think that's just how these people be for the rest of their life, or that's
Not
just
that's just
something that they're so
It's
programmed
that's just
into?
their life. You know what I mean?
I feel like that consciousness can be raised if you choose to do so. But if you want to live in that like bot mindset, you'll stay in that forever, especially if you get so deep into it. Because I'll be honest, it's hard to pull back out once you
Yeah.
get back to living in the third dimension and just doing whatever and just being a nigga again. You
Just
know what
like
I'm
the
saying?
Matrix, blue pill, red pill.
Right,
But even in
essentially.
the
Okay.
Matrix, they had bots. Feel me? There's
Okay.
potential people.
Yeah, no, some of these niggas out here are
There's
literally just bots. See, I feel okay, I see
some
what you're
people.
saying. Yeah, some of them are
Some
literally just
people are
bots.
here to be hijacked to bring you to that third dimension. You feel me? To keep you in there. That's what some people are literally here for. But then there's some that
Mm,
in their lifetime, it's just probably not their time now. But later on in life, they'll start to realize shit. But there's people really meant to just like keep you in this. Like, say you trying to change your life. Then there's that one friend that keep
mm,
trying to persuade you to keep doing what you was doing when you're trying to change. You feel me? Then be the people you end up cutting off, or the people you just end up cutting.
right, right. Oh,
Because you are through the
Yeah,
left.
like you already passed their level of thinking. You already passed their frequency and energy. But they trying to keep you with them.
mm,
Misery loves company, you feel me? So they trying to keep you with them.
right. That's
Whole
all I got.
time you leveling up, bettering yourself, upgrading. So it's like there's a lot of bots, a lot of NPCs. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So how do you think we should maneuver around them? Or how do you even identify the quote unquote bot? Do you
I
feel
feel
like
like
you
only reason I feel like I could really answer this question is because Flock with you. And he a nigga that know I never I was a nigga that never changed, you feel me? Like no matter
Yeah.
who I hung around, it could be niggas that be in the street, it could be niggas that do that. I never like
but that's 100 though. I can't say that
I
about you. That
never
is 100.
tried
You have
to
always been
be with these niggas or be
You,
like these niggas. I always stayed myself. So I feel like easiest way to do that, obviously through conversation and action, but it's more so like it's like how a person move, bruh. It's like just
but what do you think made it so easy for you to just be you? Because it's not an easy thing to do, even though it sounds so simple. It's not an easy thing to do. What made it easy for you to just be
I ain't gonna
you?
lie, the easiest way is my mom.
Okay, I was gonna get into your relationship with your parents. I was
Mom.
directly gonna get into that
I
next, but go
always
ahead.
felt like I love my mom and I would never want to see her hurt due to my actions. Like people I love,
Mm,
I would never want to hurt them due to my actions. So it's like, damn, this
mm,
shit feel like an interview. I'm over here on the phone and shit, but it's like it's
Then
like
there.
staying true to yourself is one thing I'm big on. Like my morals.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's the biggest thing a person should be on. Like if you got set morals for yourself, you should never let nothing take you out your path of like disrespecting your morals. That's disrespecting yourself. That's your self worth is gone. You don't really care about yourself. So I feel like everything people do, I understand why they do it. It's just there was no reason for me to do it. I felt like if I played sports, I like sports, I'm gonna just stick with sports. I'm not gonna sell drugs.
Mm-hmm.
That's not me. I'm not going. I'm,
Right, right.
that's one reason I stopped smoking because I wasn't trying to be seen in public high. So I'm like, if I don't want to be seen in public high, there's no
Mm-hmm.
point in me smoking. Stopped it.
Right,
So
right, right.
I don't really like going to parties. I'm a popular loner. I know a lot of people, but I don't like seeing a lot of people because I don't trust everybody's energy. I feel energy on a different level, like
That's
paranoid.
a fact about it
Even though
for
I know
sure.
people not
I can
after me,
put you
yeah, I
on.
just know people with bad intention. Anything could happen. So it's like, uh, no, I'm not messing with that. But I feel like I don't know. Everybody has that time where they realize like I gotta stay true to myself. I can't keep pretending. I can't do this no more because that's not me. So I feel like
I feel like everybody has that like realization, but not everybody acts on it. Some people just know that, but they're content with the way that things are because they don't believe in their ability to change, or they don't have the right. It's not even about having the right
The right
resources. To be honest, with you.
mechanism or
It's
the
just
right discipline to
right the
tap into
discipline.
that mindset and really unlock the God
I
power
wouldn't.
inside you.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes too, a lot of people don't want to be lonely. Like they don't. A lot of people don't know how not to care.
Yeah. You just keep walking in the hallway. You gonna
A
see.
lot of people
You
don't
said
know how
what?
not to care. Like a lot of people don't know how to be lonely, or like they really care about other people's opinions or what other people would think. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that's a real big reason why people are stuck where they are, or people are stuck doing what they. Because a hood nigga could love to sing, you feel me? But the way he feel like
Right.
he probably feel like. But we wait. Let me get the hood nigga and street nigga thing out of the way first, because you know a hood nigga is just a nigga that's born in the hood, and a street nigga is actually a
I mean, people
nigga
have
that.
their own different terms, though. I feel like at this point, when you say one or the other, it's one and the same. When people hear it to the naked eye, I mean,
Yeah,
to the naked ear, and I understand
but
it.
I'm
Go ahead,
saying like
elaborate on the difference, though.
basically a hood nigga would be a nigga that's just born in the hood. You feel me? Like a hood nigga.
You think
I
so?
feel like a hood nigga
I don't
could be
think.
a scholar or anything.
I don't.
He's just born in the hood. But
Nah,
a
I
street
don't
nigga
think
is
so.
somebody that's actually
That
doing
can't
something
be that.
or is actually.
But you gotta understand, that's a hood nigga can't be just a nigga that's born in the hood because that's never been the connotation around it. You know, people told niggas that was born in the hood that they weren't hood niggas just because they were born in the hood, just because you from here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't feel like, and plus a hood nigga you never heard a scholar, you know, that like I was never there's never a good connotation around that. So I couldn't say it's just anybody. I feel like that's something that was self proclaimed by a nigga that was felt like you
yeah,
feel me, he was out there and off the porch or whatnot and whatever it may be. I feel like a hood nigga isn't just a regular nigga the way that the term is used nowadays because like I don't call myself a hood nigga. Do you if you was born in the hood, would you call
no,
yourself a
of
hood
course not.
nigga? You know, because you know the
Yeah,
connotation
yeah.
around that word. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a
I
regular
feel like
nigga born in
more
the
of
hood.
the
It's
how you carry yourself, though. Like you wouldn't carry yourself
yeah.
like you was. I wouldn't say a hood nigga, but like a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying there's a difference. Because yeah, you
Street nigga
know what I'm
is
saying?
different. Like it's more serious
Because I'm saying, what
type
would you call
of
a hood nigga?
yeah.
Wouldn't you call a hood nigga somebody definitely born in
I
the
mean,
hood? Because if somebody was from the suburbs acting hood, you're not calling him a hood nigga at all.
yeah, but it's somebody born in the hood and then there's more
Gotcha.
requirements though. Like being born in the hood is
Yeah.
one requirement. You feel what I'm saying here? Because you can be born in the hood, like, and not be no hood nigga. Just because you was born in
No,
Section
no,
8
I'm not
doesn't mean you're a hood nigga.
saying that, but
You were born.
yeah,
I'm just saying that for like example, like if there's a hood in Section 8 or whatever it may be. Just because you was fucking, you know, born in poverty doesn't mean you were born in
yeah,
being a hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's more so like to the niggas that claim there was, you know, that and put themselves out there as that because of whatever
I feel
the
like on the literal term, it's just like being a trench baby. Yeah, like
On the literal
on the
term, yeah.
literal
On the
term.
literal term, yeah. That's why I
Yeah,
say it's just the
yeah. Literal
connotation around the
term, it'll
word.
be like, okay, you're just a nigga born in the hood, just like trench baby. You don't have to be
Mhm.
like a trench ass nigga. It's just you was born in it. That's all. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah,
So, but being on
yeah,
top of
yeah,
that,
yeah.
so I could change it. It's like a street nigga per se, a nigga that you could say he out here in the streets, he doing all this shit. He could really be a singer on the low,
Mm,
but based off of how I think other niggas gonna judge him, he's not gonna pursue. He's not gonna be true to himself. You feel me? So like, that's a
mm,
big reason on why people aren't themselves, and they always be like water and conform to what's around them instead of being who you are, because they too worried
mm,
about others' opinions.
mm. Yeah, I feel like once you get out of that
Hey,
mindset, it's easier to be happy too. Because when you're not yourself, like you can't be
too
happy if you're
loud.
not yourself. You just can't. You can be whoever you want to be. If it's not you, you can't. You won't be happy.
It's a fact.
Just because you're gonna have to. It's just you're gonna have to continuously put on an image that you don't even really like
Yeah,
self-identify with internally. You know what I'm saying? And you don't really see a value in it, but you see the value that other people see in it. So it's just a weird predicament to put yourself
setting
in.
yourself up.
Mm,
Feel me?
Get some of that
Even though we
H2O.
supposed to be drinking H3O2, this
Even though we supposed to be drinking HDL. So I
me
just
too,
got
me
hip to
too.
that though, to be honest with you. Yeah, I just got hip to that. Yeah, 19 Keys put me onto that. Where do you even find what'd
H3O2,
you say, H3O? H3O2. Where do
upon
you even find
research, you
that
know,
type of water?
I found the easiest
Oh
way
gosh.
to do it is through crystals, actually. Like you put,
Oh, crystals. Is that like a
so you know crystals,
Elaborate
how
more on that.
everybody be calling them rocks and all this other stuff. How crystals actually carry energy. They guide rocks.
mm,
Yeah.
They got they natural rocks to the
Uh
earth.
huh.
They just carry your energy, and people think they
mm,
real evil, but
Okay.
basically through crystals, you put them in water and then have them sit. Like you have them sit. You got them sitting under sunlight, moonlight. You feel me? You charging your crystals, but you have them in crystals for a long amount of time, like until the next day type shit.
mm,
And then boom, yeah,
mm.
huh?
Within the sunlight, you said?
Yeah, you could put
You
in the
gotta put it in the
sunlight,
sunlight
moonlight,
or just
or if
within the
they
crystal?
already charged, you could just keep them in there. And you charge
And how do you
crystals
charge them?
is it gives off different energies, but in the sun or in the moon. I don't have too much knowledge
Okay.
on crystals.
I heard some people
You said
charge
what?
crystals with their own energy. I said I heard some people are to a certain point where they
Yeah,
charge
that's
crystals with
that's
their own
very big
energy.
spiritual, feel me? Kundalini energy right there.
My Kundalini energy.
But not
Okay, that's facts. Okay, so there's no way you could
um
buy the water. Well,
easiest
buying
way
the
to
water
get the
too,
water
because
is through
especially.
coconut, like fruit water, coconut water.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's upon. So I don't know too much about crystals,
Mm.
but what I probably said was halfway right. I mean, if anybody know, they can comment or something. But
What is it? Because that water contains more like
like regular water
hydrogen.
that we drink,
Nah, like I think like our shit contains too much.
yeah,
What
I
is it?
think
Our shit contains too much oxygen, and that
nah,
water has more
ours
hydrogen,
have.
so it's better.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's what it is. Don't quote me, y'all. Look it
but
up.
horse
You always
reverse.
make
I know
it out
it's
to your
one of
own
them though. But this basically the water that we currently drink just leaves us. It just leaves us like thirsty.
research.
Yeah, dehydrated and also. So but to get that good water, feed your body that good stuff. Gotta lock into the H3O too. Coconut water,
Mm-hmm.
fruits.
Okay. So how do you go about your diet dealing with like pro- food everywhere just
I'm
being
not gonna
heavily
lie, bro.
processed?
It used to be hard. Like I used to just go to vegan spots and just buy what they got, cause you can't even really trust the store.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, it's like you got to
Yeah,
keep
to
up
be
with life.
honest.
Feel me?
It
I'm
has to
gonna
be a
just go to like
trustworthy one.
vegan spots and just try that because it's real hard to try to change your diet, especially on a whim. Like,
And you have to do it steadily. You can't just like if you've been eating meat for the last 20 years, you can't just cut it off. You have to steadily ease yourself into a healthier diet, more fruit and more
see, from that,
vegetables in your
I
diet.
operate
You know what I'm
totally
saying?
different.
Because these things,
If I say I do it right then and then.
how do you think? So? What do you think? See, but I feel like, okay, yeah,
The
you
most
can go
healthy
about it that
is
way,
to just ease yourself.
but
But me, I go straight into it only because I know myself.
I go straight into it too. But at the same time, I say
Yeah,
ease yourself because I relapse. I'll be so honest. I definitely do relapse. Like I remember just the other day, I told my mom I'm trying to cut down on meat. I got, I'm African as hell. She had a cookout. Like I couldn't not. You feel me? I'm like, damn, smelling all that good ass food and this shit in the house. But it's like, I know it's bad for me. I know it might be some parasites in that meat. It's just I'm so like trained to eat that. Like my body has become like dependent on it, like a
and
fiend or something. You know what I'm saying?
the whole time, that's not even your
Life or
body
something.
craving that. It's the parasites that done grew from eating this stuff craving that food. It's not your actual body.
Mm,
That's the crazy thing that a lot of people don't really
mm.
know.
That's
Because
funny
think
you put
about
it
it,
in that
why
light. I never thought
people
about it.
that eat a lot, they get cravings to eat more. That's not really you. Because if you think about how we was
Hmm.
talking about it in the beginning of the podcast, your body, your body just craves what's really like good for it. So it's not gonna wait to do.
Yeah, like you ever know when you're sick, like your body does. You can't. I don't know. It's just me, but whenever I'm sick, I can't eat meat. Like my body just makes me want to throw up. I want to eat fruit, like fruits and like fruits mainly. Get me right, especially even hangover fruits. Get you right. Like I don't know what it is. Like your body when you're sick, you just can't eat the stuff that you normally eat. Like you can just go to McDonald's and just get some whatever the food. I don't eat fast food by the way, but like, you know what I'm saying? But you crave these fruits and whatnot. I don't know why. It's just you crave them bad because your body really knows
Your
that it's
body's
good for
always
you.
gonna
Like
go
it
to
knows
its
what it really
natural way.
wants.
It's been
It,
trained to not do it. So
yeah, I was about to say then trained to not do it. And that's crazy. That's crazy you say that. It's crazy you say that. People don't understand. Like you really do build bad habits, but it's because like it's an ignorance of the things because it's not like our
exactly.
parents knew half of the stuff that we're speaking on today. You know what I'm saying? It's within the African community, it's different. But like, you know what I'm saying? Just period in general. Our parents didn't really know about this. You know what I'm saying? They had us drinking milk forever. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand like milk creates a lot of buildup of mucus in your body. Mucus
Mucus
is one of
leads
the
to
main
all
reasons people
diseases.
get sick. You know what I'm saying? And the, tell you, yeah, the doctors will tell you when you're sick, like, oh, don't drink milk. But when you're healthy, it's okay to drink milk. Like, no, it's not okay to drink milk still. Like, you're still building up mucus in your body. Plus, our bodies weren't even made to drink cow milk, animal milk. You don't see monkeys drinking You don't see monkeys drinking. I don't know, dog milk. You know what I'm saying? Like the lactative gene that we have is supposed to expire after around age 5. But in elementary school, they keep us drinking milk and whatnot forever, and that gene turns into a mutation, and that's why we can drink milk so easily now. People don't understand being
Yep.
lactose intolerant is
Yeah.
original. That's how things were originally. That's how your body was originally made. It's crazy that like I would have never knew stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you just looked at milk, like yeah, it might have certain benefits, but they
At
won't tell you
all.
the defects that it has to
At
your body.
all. And they especially don't talk about the brain.
They barely even understand it themselves, but they do to an extent. They
I
way more
don't
than
believe
they
we use
choose
10%.
to enclose.
Honestly,
I do. Well, I don't. I won't say. I wouldn't say because I feel like Yeah, I'd say we do because I feel like I know we're so much capable of like a million times
yeah.
more than what we're doing right now and what our quote unquote capacity is now. So I can't. I won't say 10% specifically, but we're using a very small percentage of what we're capable of actually using. Why do you feel like we're not though? You feel like we're
I feel
well.
like,
People,
bro, that's
everybody's
like
on a
saying
different
you're using
level.
10% of your arm.
I mean, but you are. You know, if you use 100% of your
I'm
muscles, it
saying
rip right
like,
off of the bone instantly.
That is true though. But I'm
using your
saying
full
like
percentage of your
just
muscles in
body
the arms and
function.
whatnot.
I'm just saying body function.
Yeah, it's
Because I'm
true.
saying
So
every day your mind is doing so much. It's just weak.
I mean, I feel like yeah, definitely everybody's not
But
using
think
10%
about this.
every day.
The
Okay, yeah,
whole
definitely,
reason
yeah,
for
but
meditation is just to control your thoughts. Control your thoughts. But as long as you're not
mm,
doing that, you're going rampant on your subconscious mind going crazy, left and right hemispheres going crazy, your frontal lobe going crazy, because everything that we're just experiencing at once. Like your whole brain is going crazy. Ain't no way 10%.
mm.
If you're using 10%, you got to be like, how do you even use
Like
10%? I don't.
I feel like that was a general like average type of measurement. You know what I'm saying? That have to be an average, wouldn't it? You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just say
I feel
because everybody's not
using
using
100.
10%. That's impossible. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that might have been an average, but I feel like at the same time, majority of people are still using a little amount of the what they can actually access. I don't believe anybody's using. Well, there's people are that are. There are those certain outliers, but most people aren't using over 50% of their brain or any brain capacity or anything like that. I don't think a lot of people have
I
access
see.
to that type of enlightenment.
Yeah.
Not even enlightenment,
Because I
but
feel like
you know
our
what I mean.
brain is like the ocean, but it ain't like the, like, but I remember
Hmm.
I actually saw a video. It said,
What do you mean?
how do you know you're using 10% of your brain? We try to do studies on the brain using our brain. Feel me? So how,
Mm.
how see that?
Mm. Hold on. Hold
Like, how
on.
can you do studies of
Oh,
the
you
brain
just hit me with one.
using your
Using our brain, using our brain. That's like trying to
exactly?
define a word using the word.
So
Okay. Wow, I've
how
never
can
thought
you say
about it
you're
like
using
that. Wow.
10%? Because you're thinking of something that you don't even know about.
Mm, mm. And how can you cap off
Because
that
think about this. Think
100%
about
if you
this.
can't even
You know how we talked
conceptualize it?
about the
True.
brain is powerful. First of all, the brain is
Hmm.
basically controlling our imagery. If you know, you know. The eyes is just, but like
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
they're just
actually, like
project.
the eyes are actually part of the brain. They're some of the
Yeah,
parts of
so
the brain to
think about
develop, and then they
your,
grow outwards towards the outside of
your
your
brain
skull.
is doing that.
They're just information for your brain. Yeah, your brain is the thing that's actually seeing. Your
So
eyes are just sending information
your
correlating
brain
to
is
your
doing that
ears and
while
every the rest
hearing,
of your
while
senses.
talking, while of smell, and then while thinking at the same
Mm,
time. You're telling me I'm using
mm,
my brain doing all that just off rip.
mm. But all of that, I feel like, is simplistic for the brain. The fact that the brain is like, bro, the fact that it can keep all these molecules together, simultaneously for everybody all the time. I feel like so that isn't there's it's easy for the brain. So I feel like that'd be like a lower
I'm
scale
but it's
percentage for
not.
the brain to do the stuff that we do. Like I feel like there's shit that we
But
really have
then
not tapped into
that's when
that's
it
really
turns into
higher level.
spiritual.
You know what I'm saying?
Feel me?
Right. Right, because all the stuff that we're doing
Yeah,
not even naturally, because naturally is the spiritual. That is where we are. We just strayed away, but how far we've strayed away, it's like this is
yeah.
all that we know. You know what I'm saying for right now. But there's so much more that we can access. So I feel like this is really a small percentage because we strayed away. I wouldn't be surprised if this was
Feel
one
like we could
percent of
do
what we were
every,
capable of. I really wouldn't. You know,
like we already do
like you really think
telepathy,
about everything
just a
that your
little
brain
bit though,
does.
just a little bit without even knowing.
Sometimes more than
Real
others,
shit.
but like really,
You ever
it
said a
really
word
gets
at the
done.
same time as somebody else?
Hmm. It's because there's a thing. There's a thing behind that. I
Yeah,
forgot what the scientific term was, but like you have a
talking
neural
about
link with
in
people
control.
around you,
I think
and
Robbie
like
know
you
that.
ever say when somebody ever finishes your
Yeah,
sentence or whatnot.
my fault. What was you saying?
But like I was saying, like no, you really have a
Yeah.
neurological link to the people around you, especially if you've been around them more. Like
Mhm.
people in the spiritual world call like an aura, in the scientific world called a bio. bio something sphere, but it's a real thing. Like actually resonate energy around like towards 8 to 6 feet outwards towards their body. I forgot what it's called, but I'm gonna leave it in the comments. But it's a real term for that. So we really do connect with everything around us,
Yeah,
and you share like information with people. Like people don't understand. Like I'll tap into the universal
that's,
connection, the
that's
universal
why
consciousness that shares information.
people don't
That's
understand
how you
we
know
don't have
things
our
that
own
you don't
thoughts.
know how to know.
Like, if you got an idea for something great, that was somebody's idea first.
Mm.
It just universe. Yeah,
Yes, you're not
put
all
it
the
into the
time the
universe.
creator
It's
of
like,
your
oh
thoughts.
shit, I just
Oftentimes
got an
you see
idea. The whole time somebody think about that.
mm,
Yeah, so it's like,
somebody put it out there and you just tapped
but
into
when
it.
you met,
That's high
real
level
shit.
knowledge right there.
Flocking them still over there?
Hmm. Yeah, Flock went. Where he go to the bathroom?
Oh, he went on his mission.
Flock went on his mission.
Yeah, fuck the conversation.
Yeah, that boy funny, man. Right, but nah, that's real stuff, man. How do you feel about
Yeah.
sleeping? Like when you sleep, do you dream? Okay,
Um,
but do you dream every night?
for the most part, yeah. I heard you supposed to write down your dreams for real.
Yeah, it'll help you remember them. But to be honest, for me, it's been hard to dream for like last couple of months. I was really having like really vivid dreams a couple of months ago because it was just almost like I could
Yeah.
damn near like be active in my dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like I was really getting to that point where I could tap into controlling my dreams, and then I just flatlined. You know, I haven't had like remember the dream
Have
in
you,
a real while. I don't know if it's got to do with
have you been
I
eating?
don't know my diet, what's in my mind. I
How
don't
your
know,
diet been?
but like I just haven't been dream. Hmm.
Because I think
Yeah, it's probably most likely my diet. I'll be honest. It's probably most likely my diet. I haven't been, but I haven't been at the same time. I don't eat. I eat like one time a day. To be honest, it's not. I don't think it's the best, but I eat one time a day, and it's like it's hard to get that same fulfillment. Like you can eat 1,000 like salads and fruits, but your body has become so like dependent on that artificial like dead energy that it's like I don't know. You don't almost damn near don't feel full. You know that's why that's
yeah,
like I said I have to
in
ease
30
myself
days, man, do it
out
for
of
30
this. You
days,
know
your
what I'm
body will be
saying? I don't
trained.
know. I heard it takes 21. Like I heard like in 21 days
I,
you can like
yeah, for sure.
biologically change your body and mind. Even with like affirmations, if you say something for 21 days straight, you will change your body, your own biology, literally. So it's crazy. You can change the way you think. I never really understood like
And
the
words are
power of words. You
spells.
know what I'm saying? Like the things that you That's why they call it spelling. The things that you speak and think will come to existence. Like I'm so when I realized like how powerful our minds were, and then I realized how powerful the mouth was when you speak the things that happen in the mind. I got so scared of like just the things that I could even like think of. You know what I'm saying? You don't think of certain things. You make sure you only think of certain things because you know the
That's why
ability
I've been
has to
trying to stop
manifest
saying
so
good
quick.
morning. Because that's just cursing body for the day, starting off.
Mm,
Feel me? So it's
mm,
like, for the people that don't understand,
right. Morning. Like what
yeah,
is there's no such thing as morning good. Like good
yeah,
morning.
every word has
So
a
I
root.
did see something about that.
So
Like
no matter
of it was
how many
morning.
different ways you can spell it or say it, every word
Mm,
has root meaning. In mourning, root meaning is something
mm,
you do at a funeral. You mourn a death.
mm,
So I'm giving you good death to start your day. So I'm cursing you on
mm,
a bad level. And most people
mm,
don't know. So you
mm,
not knowing, you're still cursing somebody. It's just a lot of the things they said. Spending money is a ritual.
mm.
Fuck. I'm gonna have to send you the video, but he
Elaborate.
might. It's,
Elaborate.
yeah, it's
I know
basically
you don't gotta go quote word for word, but I'm just curious because I
on the
understand where
same
that
level
perspective
as
comes from, but I just want to hear more about it.
subliminal messages. How subliminal messages is basically a mass manifestation. Once you see it and think about it, and you keep thinking about it, it
Hmm.
eventually happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on the
Hmm.
level of everything being set up the way it is, spending the making of money and spending it is a rich. That's why they have the eye on there, the all-seeing eye and all that stuff. I can't really remember, but it was basically
Mm,
spending money is a ritual
hmm
to. Well, I don't know, whatever. But then I could think about it on like I could
I can see where
off
you're
a
coming
whim.
from,
I
though.
could just put
It
it
makes
as
sense.
like how people have spending addictions, or how money is the root of evil. If you wanna, because when money, all you want to spend.
But I can't say, but I used to think that way too. But money, I can't say money is the root of evil because it isn't. Money is
That's a fact.
something out of abundance. How you use that money is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes out of abundance. You know what I'm saying? Money is something like there's no actual good or evil.
Yeah,
It's just what you perceive as so. You know what I'm saying? Like what you do with the money is up
but
to you, but the money itself is not evil. See what I'm saying there? But your thirst for
yeah,
the money
but
or how far you're willing to
I
go for
wouldn't
the
say
money,
it's
that's evil.
actually the
So it
money,
all falls
but
back
the
on
thought
you.
of the money, the fact that it's there, the fact that the fact that we know
Mm.
what it stands for,
Right,
or make like
right.
yeah,
But I feel like
yeah,
money at the same time was a physical manifestation of value. You know what I'm saying? Like we started off by trading things, and then it was like, shit. What if I don't want some fish, but I got some rice, and you still want it? So it's like we can meet in the middle to where we can make money, and it's like, okay, this amount of money can get you this amount of fish, and this amount of money can get you this amount of rice. So all
yeah.
we had to come to each other was with rice or money. You know what I'm saying? But then it eventually just turned into just money, which kind of changed things. So I mean, I don't. I feel like the way it's controlled, the way money is controlled, is what makes what makes it like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think money itself is evil because, but then again, like I mean, the whole construct of money and how we live now, you can argue that it's not right. So I can't even say that to an extent. But in the world that we live in, I think money is it's not evil, but the use of it and the thirst for
I
it
would say
and
it's
the
only evil
the
because the
gluttony
control
behind
it
it
has,
is
though.
evil.
Like even though, of course, it's just an object. That
Hmm
object has a lot of control.
Yeah, yeah, but when it's essential
But
for existence, of
that
course, it's gonna
correct.
be the main thing for control. They made it that way. Or you're
Both
speaking of
because it like
control
what
of
you just
who's
said.
controlling the
How they
money.
made it that way. If you think about it, money don't really mean shit, but we make money mean shit. So
Yeah, okay, that's
so it's
facts.
like
Because if
the
we all
fact that
decided
it's
that a dollar
there
bill
and
didn't
we
mean
know
shit
what it's
tomorrow, it wouldn't.
for is what makes it evil. Because if we wake up one day
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, somebody made this shit.
Mm-hmm.
All you got to do is burn where they print. They literally, we know they print this shit. If they stop printing this shit, like we already know the price of the dollar, the value of the dollar is already going down. So what would money be? Of course, we already know it's going to be crypto and
Mm-hmm.
all that stuff, but what would actual money be?
Mm-hmm.
That's when it gets to the point where,
But like I said, it's still just exchange of value. That's all money's really ever been is exchange of value. But at the same time, well, and that's what money was supposed to be. That's not what it always was. Let me correct that. That's what money was supposed to be, an exchange of value. But when money has nothing to do with the value, then you know what I'm saying? Like if you didn't do
yeah,
anything of value to get the money, or then that defeats the whole construct of it, you know what I'm saying? Or there's no value behind the money, then I guess that kind of defeats the whole point of it. But it's still money. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the construct of it is I don't know. We don't need it, but there's always gonna be like everything can't be free.
but
Like there's enough abundance in the world for
I
everybody,
feel
but
like
they're
from the
never gonna
jump,
make
nothing
everything
was free
free.
though. If you needed wood, you had to go work to get that wood. If you needed food, you had to go work to get your food. You feel me? With money,
Mm,
free. If you wanted bread, you had to go make that bread.
mm, yeah, but you had more control of how
But
much you got.
isn't
Like
that how it's supposed to
on the
be?
other end, you know what I'm saying?
Isn't that how it's supposed to be?
Like
Yeah,
Huh?
Yeah, so like if you have the
Yeah,
control,
I'm
it's
just,
way better.
I'm agreeing with.
Once somebody else controls it, it's like
Mm-hmm. But people are never just going to be able to
at
just
all.
coexist
But
and not want more than they need. So that's where the
and
issue
that's
comes in
crazy.
because
We
people are
we
always going to butt
we've
heads
come
about
to a world
abundance.
where it's like the more of something you get, it's like that's who we make you. Like we was all on Instagram, you're getting 1,000 likes, I'm getting 200. The
Mm-hmm.
next person would think you're better than me.
Mm,
Not even only
because
social
social
media
media
though. Like
is
you don't
just
even have to
damn,
ever
it's
get on
just so
social
different,
media.
bro.
If you
Mine
had
were not.
$1,000 and I had 200, you feel me? You have college degree and I got high school. You feel me? You see how
Mm, mm,
basically
mm,
everywhere. And
so it's just I mean, you got to think about it though too. That does give me more value than you. I worked harder. I worked harder than you. If I had $1,000, I worked harder than you or smarter, and you only had 200. I am more valuable than
I
you.
don't,
I worked harder. If I have a college
because
degree,
then
I
through
worked harder than you.
experience,
You just graduated high
like put it
school.
like this.
I am more valuable. I have more knowledge. Like let's assume that the college education was valid,
Hmm.
like let's say it's like doctorate or whatever, just essential, just good knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Then I did
Okay,
work
put it like
harder than
this.
you. I am more now.
I
I
remember
am
we
more
was having
valuable
this
because I'm more
discussion.
knowledgeable.
So say you was a
At
doctor
the end of
through going to school, right? And you was a hood doctor.
the
Like
day,
no, like a village doctor.
mm-hmm,
You feel me? So would you say you're better just because you had a certificate and you
mm-hmm.
went through all these reading books, tests, stuff compared to a village doctor?
No, because see that
Yeah,
okay. I see where you're coming from because that's
self
different. You can
knowledge
relate that to
versus
like Dr. Sebi in terms of you know what I'm saying. Obviously, that's different. But I'm saying in terms of like okay, maybe that only works in terms of like specific things. Like if we're in the same like run, like if we're how do I say this? Like that's why I said like yeah, as long as the value is actually like real. I mean, the knowledge is real knowledge.
but
Like
what
you know what
makes
I'm saying.
knowledge?
So if I have more real knowledge than you, I'm
Yeah,
more
feel
valuable
me?
at the end of the day. So, okay, yeah, that has nothing to do with school. That's facts. You're right. That has nothing to do with school. That's facts.
Because
That's
think
right.
about this:
But
life
at the same
experience,
time,
even with
too,
the
and that
thousand
has
dollar
nothing to
thing,
do with
that's
money.
all
That's
life
facts.
experience. We could both have a
Okay.
thousand dollars, but I had to pay rent and I got 200 left. You still have your thousand. So would that still be better for me because I'm taking care of my life problems?
Cause I live with my bitch. I mean,
I'm just getting
but
at the division.
like after okay, but it's like after the fact that you spent that $1,000 on your rent, like I'm more valuable in the situation now
But
because I can still do
I'm more
something
so talking
for
about on the
myself or
whole
anybody in the situation now. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
construct of division.
But like okay,
You
besides the
feel me?
money, I get what you yeah,
Yeah,
what you say?
rankings based off of
The
what
ranking. The ranking. You're talking about the
you.
rankings period. Insignificant things.
It's just
Like if
like
we're
it's
gonna
just like
have
this.
rankings, they
Say
should be based off
you
of
spent your
way more
whole life.
significance. Okay.
You spent your whole life knowing or teaching yourself on how to do one thing, right? But somebody with a certificate comes and gets that over,
Mm-hmm.
and they only got it because they got a certificate, but they don't even know how to do this shit. You can walk in and do this shit easy, but they basically got it based off of a certificate. You know what I'm saying? People ask me
But that's because, yeah, that's because how are you supposed to prove that you can do it though?
because
Like
sometimes
if you
people
can
don't
do
got
it,
time to go to
why
school
not
though.
just go get the certificate?
Yeah, people don't got time to sit there and try to.
People don't got time for that shit, and yeah, people don't have time. And yeah, I feel you. I feel like okay with the whole school system. Yeah, period. We're beyond the point where like I don't feel like people even really look at school too much as
Exactly,
a, like just because you have a degree doesn't really rank you high. I
but half
mean,
of the time
in the terms
you
of
get the
like the
degree,
business
you don't
world,
get the
though,
dream
yeah, I
job you
can see
wanted.
that. But it's I don't know. But at the same time, though, does it really is it really that bad? Because 9 times out of 10, I was gonna say 9 times out of 10, the people that without degrees are working for the people. I mean, the people that with degrees are working for the people without, but
Yeah.
that's a minority of people.
And
The
then
rest of the people just never got the
people with the
opportunity type
degrees,
ordeal.
their boss's boss, his
So
boss, don't got a degree. He started the business. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. But that's the minority of people. The everybody else that could have been in that
yeah.
position that had just as much knowledge as the
But
person
then
without the
I feel
degree
like that
can
that
never get
that
that
puts a big
opportunity.
thing on labels
I
too.
feel what you're saying. I feel what you're
I feel
saying.
like that's one. Yeah. Let's talk about
Label?
labels. Do you feel like labels in a relationship? Do you have
What do
people
you
in the
mean?
comments? But so
I'm not looking
how do you
on
feel about
any other
labels in a
live. I'm still on our
relationship?
shit. But go ahead.
Girlfriend, boyfriend, wife.
What do you mean labels? Like elaborate. Like boyfriend, girlfriend. Labels do put they change they make the air in the room a little thicker. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what it is about it. You could be fine with somebody, but the day you ask them to be your girlfriend, it's weird, or y'all get whatever. It's a different energy, but I don't know, maybe because that there's a real commitment behind that to a certain extent now. Like it's real. It makes it real. Like if I'm taking you on dates and we're fucking and da da da, we know what it is. It's what's up. But when I call you my girlfriend, like it's real to everybody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I don't know, it makes the atmosphere weird because it's not even just to the perspective of the world, but internally you realize that, okay, now this is real. If I say yes verbally, the higher you
Yeah,
deep down knows that your verbal yes is you signing a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like the verbal, whatever you speak will come to fruition. So I don't know. I feel like labels are they're not something that you need right away. But I feel like it's something that can shake the boat real quick to see how locked in you are, because the label shouldn't matter whether you have it or not. You know what I'm saying?
but
Yeah, well, labels can make shit
to
worse, but if
me,
it's true,
honestly, I
it
feel
shouldn't
like
matter if you have a
labels
label
are
or not.
where every
You know what I'm saying?
relationship goes downhill. Only because once the label comes in, that's when people are like, you don't act like how you acted in the beginning.
They have expectations
And yeah, so I feel like the label, because you could be girlfriend and boyfriend,
because you have
but
expectations.
move like husband and wife. Feel me? You could be husband and wife, married, and still
Mm.
break up, divorce.
But do you feel like the fact that you're calling each other
I feel
boyfriend and
like
girlfriend, it
signifying
signifies
a
something temporary, so the relationship isn't really there? Is that what you're saying? Because
yeah,
boyfriend and girlfriend within itself, like we're not going to be this forever. You know what I'm saying? Whether we get married or whether we break up,
oh
we're
yeah.
going to advance to whether marriage or we're going to decrease
Like
to nothing. You
ultimately,
know what I'm saying? So
it's all
boyfriend and
about.
girlfriend within itself is
I don't know how to
temporary.
explain it
You know
because
that.
the generations then fucked it up so bad to where it's like, I never said you was my girlfriend. I never said you was my boyfriend. And it gives that narrative to cheat. You know what I'm saying? That's where everything fucks up.
Hmm. See, but see,
That's what I'm.
but that's why labels are important. And well, not important. They're not. They're not. Don't call me nobody. But
You
that's
could
why I
still
feel like they're low
same
key
thing.
essential too, because that's the excuse that people will give. But then again, the
Yeah,
labels
but I
even
feel like
existing create that problem of that. Even you know what I'm saying? Like if there weren't any labels, people wouldn't say like, "Oh,
exactly.
if I didn't actually be my girlfriend," they wouldn't say that
But
because
I
they
feel
would have been going
even
based off of their
even if
actions in the first
even if you call
type
somebody
of
your
ordeal.
girlfriend or boyfriend,
Okay,
you still can
all
cheat.
right, all right, all
Like
right,
the
all
label's
right.
not really
You talk.
stopping nothing from. I feel like the labels for everybody else.
The label is just giving more consequences if you do. I mean, you feel me? The labels do get
I
more
feel like the
consequence if
label is
you
for
do break.
everybody else though,
You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I feel like it's the same consequences
because we
actually,
already know what
regardless.
we have.
So, but yeah, but at the same time, you want to claim your territory. Do you not like as a man, like you want to dogs is pissing on trees and whatever it may be, but like
Yeah.
You want to claim your territory. Like, you don't want just her to be like just out there. Like, that's the quick. Oh, I have a boyfriend. Boom. You know, like, all right. I mean, that doesn't stop niggas though. We know that, but let's be 100. It stops majority of niggas because minority of niggas get all the females. You know what I'm saying? So it stops all the rest of those niggas when it comes to like, oh, I have a boyfriend. So yeah, I guess it is but it
And at
does
the end of the day, before
but
that
it is
question even
essentially
comes
for
up, you
the
already know what the fuck
outside
that is.
world, I guess.
Y'all been talking every day. Y'all been seeing each other every day. Y'all been probably doing things. So we already know what it is.
Mm-hmm. So, but what do you like? Okay, when you have that conversation to be serious, what does that conversation look like if it's not well, yeah, if it's not any, if it doesn't have to
I
do
just
with
feel like
title?
I go, yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it like if how like if we're just fucking, right? I never asked you to be my girlfriend, and then you start
I feel like
thinking you're my girlfriend
that's
because you
the
caught
dude.
feelings and I didn't. Then what? And yeah, you can't always say too that we know what
But
we are because
mostly
no,
that
we don't.
happens
You
based off
think
of the
one thing
actions.
and they think hopefully the
Majority
same
of the
thing.
time, it's
You know
not
what
based off of y'all just having y'all sexual intimacy. You feel me? It's based off what what type of conversations y'all having, how y'all move with each other. That's
I'm
when you start to think, okay, he my nigga, just
saying?
because I he moving.
Yeah.
If y'all was just fucking and then you never,
Uh, but at the same time, though, we were
yeah,
just
that's a
speaking about
fact.
how we'll be around regular females, and just because of how we are, you're gonna move as a real nigga regardless. You know what I'm saying? Be around a girl that you're not looking at as your girlfriend, and have a
Exactly.
real deep intellectual conversation like you would with your
You can.
girlfriend because you're just that type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? So then how do you
I
distinguish?
feel like
Because you act like you get what I'm saying here? Because you'd act the same in that situation, would you not? Like you just being a cool nigga that likes to talk
but
about
at the
talk.
same
She
time,
might take
that's
that
when your
deep
real nigga.
conversation as like a real
If you
connection,
peep and she
and you're
like you,
just a
you
deep
tell her
nigga.
what it is from
Then
from
what?
the jump. You feel me? I feel like there's two types of niggas in the world. Look, it's perfect for the podcast. I feel like there's two type of niggas in the world. It's a nigga that lie
Okay,
to the girl
okay.
and tell her what she want to hear just so he can get
What's
close.
the type of nigga?
Then there's gonna tell that girl what it is, and if she stick around, she stuck around. But she wasn't
Mm-hmm.
being no. You feel me? She wasn't being. She knew what was up. And I feel like a lot of niggas out here are the first nigga.
Mm-hmm.
The nigga that's gonna call a girl babe or do hella sweet shit with her. And then once she's convinced they together, he gonna try to play her like a lame. When the whole time you was treating her like a
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend. But don't get me wrong, there is a lot of delusional girls out here. There is dudes that'll tell a girl what's up. Yeah, you was about to get there. There was a lot of dudes that would tell a girl what's up. But she
That's why I
just
shut up.
want this nigga so bad she delusional.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
But there's even more dudes that won't tell a girl what's up. Cause I'll be honest, like if you tell a girl what's up, even if she
And
respects you for being a real nigga, you're likely decreasing your chance at doing what you want to do. If the girl can't live within her own fantasy of the situation, low key decreases your chances. But she might respect you more for being a real
but
nigga, yeah.
that
But it
this
still might low key
exactly
be.
what
That's why
leads back
niggas
to what
don't
we was talking about
oftentimes
earlier with
just
being
be 100.
yourself.
But not about being yourself. I'm saying in terms
Yeah.
of like if you just want to. Okay, we're talking about people that are just being in relationships. You know what I'm saying, right? Because what if you
But
just
I'm
want to fuck? You
the
know what I'm
only
saying? And because
not
there's
being
still
yourself is because
one
you
half
acting
of that is somebody that
like
just
just
wants a
because you
relationship.
wanna fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you
those.
act like yeah when you're not do that. Yeah. So
Oh, you acted like the
feel
lovey
like
dovey was
her
not being yourself.
respecting your
Okay, the
real
good
nigga
part was not being
and then
yourself.
cutting it off is better than
Okay,
you trying to keep it there by being a fake nigga.
but I, but I feel like is it
I
okay?
feel like I feel
Is it
like
not being yourself? If that's how
but I
you
feel
feeling
like
at the moment, you can only live within the present moment. The past and the future, you can't. You know what I'm saying though? Like if you're in a certain light and a certain energy, and you just feel like shit,
I
you wouldn't
feel
even regularly do this for the thought, but like you do it just because you're in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? And then like after you bust that nut, you get that like post nut clarity and get back to like your get not even your regular vibration, but a lower vibration. You know what I'm saying? and then it's like, okay, this is me now. So it's not like I don't think that
It's
first you was a fake you. It's just a different you. You're on that's a higher vibration you before that nut. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
You're more
saying
energetic. You're more willing to tolerate the female. You want to be around her
I'm
feminine
saying,
energy
but
more. You want to, you know what I'm saying? You're
you only
attracted to
do
it.
that
So
around
you
her
want to
though,
bring the feminine energy out of her. That's why you
because
act
you
like
know
that.
what you'll get out of that.
That's you.
So
That's
that's
the
you
man.
manipulating yourself, because you know when you with your homeboys, you complain about them. You, bro, she annoying as hell. Like you can't tell me I'm lying. So look, I'm saying at the end of the day, if you can't be real with yourself, you can't complain what happened.
But is that not being real though? That's just how she makes you feel when you're with her. That's how she really makes you feel. Like you said, when you're in somebody else's aura, it changes you. You feel different. You know what I'm saying? So if she heightens your like nigga nose for feminine energy, is that your
Put it
fault?
like
Of course
this:
you're not gonna be like
you
that around
chilling
your
with
nigga.
your homeboys, right?
There's no feminine
Y'all
energy
just
that's
have a
actually
y'all,
intake.
look. But I'm saying y'all have y'all have a regular
That's what
conversation.
I'm saying. There's
A
no
girl
feminine
come up,
energy. There's no reason for me
but
to be
he do
extra
nothing
lovey
but talk
dovey.
down about
Go
this
ahead, go ahead, go
girl.
ahead.
Say she annoying, all this stuff. I'm about to start talking to her. Then you see him boot up. Then you see him come back, bro. I'm done. Like, bro, she annoying. What? How I take that is that you not real with yourself. If you was real with yourself, you not lovey dovey. But that's what I'm saying. You gonna still act the same way
Mm,
you around your homeboys. I'm saying you change
mm,
up your whole everything, and it's like
okay.
you want to be with her now because you with her.
Okay. Right, like that's your girl.
But then when you away from
Okay.
her, you don't want to be with her. That's that. You feel me?
Uh, yeah, I feel what you're saying.
You feel me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not really being yourself to an extent. Like I still feel like
It's
I don't know, like, yeah, I mean, it's not being yourself, but I don't feel like it's
not,
being like
yeah, conniving.
fake. Like I feel like it's just being connivious.
Yeah,
Or connive what's the word? Connivious? Something like that. Conniving, you know what I'm saying? Like if I like finesse
you
somebody else,
feel
because
me?
that's
That's
all it is a
different, guys.
finesse.
You feel me?
If I finesse a nigga,
It's like you're not
okay, yeah, yeah, it's
yourself.
still fake nigga type shit.
You're not
Type
yourself. Double life.
shit. Type
Yeah,
shit,
you
type
living a
shit, type
double
shit. That's
life.
100. You
Her,
around your
you
nigga
for her,
acting
you his
cool and then you finesse
boyfriend.
type
For
shit. That's fake
everybody else, you
regardless.
not.
Okay. Right, right. You live in a double
And
life.
that's what's wrong with everything these days.
Mm. But mm. But going back to titles too, so do you think like it's a lot of people
Only
out here owning up to the title basically just to
I feel
their
like the
quote unquote
title
significant
is
other,
just
and then to the world the title
like
doesn't is not kind of non-existent.
dopamine to your thoughts. So it's like everybody, you get lonely to the point, or even maybe depressed, and you feel like
Yeah.
you need somebody. So you say,
Yes.
"I want a girlfriend, I want a
Yes.
boyfriend," but that only fulfills that little thought in your head, that space in your head. Feel me?
That, no, that's facts. That's so facts because within that I do it, and I can't even lie. I do that like sometimes, not on no lonely shit or nothing, but like just because I know I can have like certain people whenever I want them like back or
I feel
whatever it may be, you'll think about that for a second and they'll give you that certain increase, but like it's not really what you want overall. You know what I'm saying? Or that little fantasy thought of the
Boot up.
whatever it may be for the quick second,
You
but it's
feel me?
not
You
really
get that feeling
what you
like, bro,
want.
I
Yeah,
just
and
want
it is
this
kind of
feeling.
like it is dopamine
Yeah.
because you get that like same
Like I want
feeling.
that. I want that. And then whole time you talking to her, and
You get that same little feeling
you
like
don't
that's
want
Bay
that.
for real. Like I love it. Like no, you don't. Yeah, you really don't. And deep down too, I feel like in them situations, like you know when you really don't, but like you just really
Girl,
wish
I
that you
don't
did.
want it, but I
You know what I'm
want it.
saying?
Oh.
You just
And then when
really
you
wish
get
that
into
you
deep,
did.
you like,
Yes, yes. You get in too
that's
deep,
what
and
I
then
feel
it's
like
just like
the title thing is
it's
just
fucked
it
up.
become a thing where
You
people
in a weird
love the thought
predicament
of a
now.
relationship. Like like
Right.
like what we were talking about on the live when they were saying we're young. Like when people say we're young, why do you date to
Mm-hmm.
marry? I feel
Yeah.
like I said, I wouldn't want to date somebody already already knowing there's an end to us dating, because then there's no point of dating.
That has that mindset. Right. But at the same time, I feel like this generation has built that type of
Yeah.
mindset to somehow like block themselves from hurt of rejection and whatnot. Because like you know you're not like you tell yourself in the back of your head just to secure yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you know like, damn, if I put my whole heart into this shit, I'm not willing to break like that at the end. So when you tell yourself like, subconsciously like this shit might not work at the end of the day anyways. I'm just dating. You know what I'm saying? You're not that broke at the end. But when you tell yourself like I'm gonna marry this girl, like you should be looking at every girl that you date. But when you tell yourself and look at the girl like that, and then you break up, it's devastational to an extent, you know. So I
But
feel like
then
that's why people do that.
from
It's like
that,
a
from that, I love that you
mechanism
said that,
to
because then if we
protect
go back
themselves,
to
you
how
know,
powerful the
mentally
brain is,
from
once
rejection
you
and that
say,
hurt.
how powerful the brain is and words. Let's go back to the words and the
Mm.
brains. So once you say certain words, you're
You bring
automatically
it to fruition.
cutting off things to your brain. Like once you say I can't
Mm-hmm.
do something, you're automatically cutting off your possibility of doing it. You feel me? Your brain
Mm-hmm.
thought of giving up. So the what you just said, where it's like I could get hurt again, and you're thinking into that hurt, you're just manifesting that hurt, but not knowing that you're manifesting that hurt.
Mm-hmm. Funny as fuck you say that because like worry really does manifest. Like there was even a study where like they found out that like
Back
some mothers would literally inflict sickness on their children just from being worried about their like newborn born babies being sick because they can't communicate. They're just so worried about it that they inflict the sickness onto the child. So that's crazy
and
you say that. That's true.
what
When you
was you
think
gonna
with
say?
that mindset, you will somewhat, you know, get that in return. Like, but it's like at the
No,
same time, it's hard
we
when
African niggas
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've
lovey-dovey.
always been like a
We don't.
lovey-dovey type of nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas know, like, okay, me, I get women when like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, African niggas, like, we get women, period. But people know, like, when we say we're with somebody, like, we're really with that person. You know, like, you can call a nigga a hoe, when he's single or when he's just faking to whatever, like you were saying earlier. But when the nigga, like, in your head, you know, like, I'm in that,
Don't be playing with me like this.
you really locked in, bro. So when you think like that and it like and the bitch just breaks that everything, it's like or even vice versa though, you know what I'm saying? This nigga froze. Yo, but like I was saying, y'all, like you know, like it really it might just be a mechanism people use to protect themselves, but it's not the best thing to do because you do oftentimes manifest all of that you're so worried about, you know what I'm saying, that you're so worried about happening. You know, sometimes you want to keep your worry to like a minimal extent, you know, and stay calm and just hope for the best. Prepare for the worst, but hope for the best. If you keep preparing for the worst, you will never, you know what I'm saying, hope for the best.